And welcome back. We are here with the winner of round one at Thomas Rose.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Good to see you. Now, you had a phenomenal game 2 and 3.
Yes.
Game 1 kind of fell over a little bit. Now, one of the things that we kind of looked at was one of your decisions to essentially clear your... You had anti-spell fragrance on the field.
Yes.
Now, we have perfect knowledge, which is always kind of horrible for us because we think, well, you should maybe keep this on the field, you can change this, you can do that. There was a point where you had, I believe, Mechaba on the field, and we were looking at kind of ways that you'd be able to get rid of his face downs, knowing that they were spell cards. Is there any reason why you kind of continued to play the way that you did, rather than keeping back?
Oh, I was really stressed.
Oh.
Yeah, I was in panic mode. I was on the feature table. I don't think I played particularly well, but it worked out in the end.
No, that's perfect. You know, to be fair, it worked out for you anyway.
Yeah.
It was an absolutely fantastic game. Now, why are you playing ABC?
Because I think the Spiral is really strong deck, but it's very much, in some ways, die roll dependent, but not just on who wins the actual die roll, but who wins the hand traps die roll.
Yep.
So even if you're sat across from your opponent and you're a much better player than them, I think that you're at best 60-40 favoured to win that match.
Yeah.
And if you're 60-40 favoured in a 10-round tournament, you go 6-4 and you don't top.
Now, something that's actually very, very cool that we've got with us for this event, we can actually look at your win-loss ratio for the entirety of the last season of Tier 2 events.
Oh, please don't.
You have an
good.
over 70% win ratio.
You had 72 last season.
Yeah.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, so you actually came into this favoured to win regardless. So
Okay.
you actually did extremely well, and we were happy to kind of get it all the way through to game 3. To be honest with you, it was a really, really fun game to watch. And there was a point where Matt saw exactly what you were doing, and he got so passionate he didn't stop to breathe.
Oh, it's actually really interesting because you see these scenarios playing out, and then you think of, okay, so the opponent's most sensible decision is to do this, which then triggers that, which then makes, for example, like you decide to break your ABC into this way, which means that you have this in case your opponent has that. And you're trying to explain that in one sequence. And it's like, all right, so he's going to do this, and then he's going to do that, and then this is going to happen, and then this is going to happen. And it's just like, did anybody actually understand a word I just said?
All coming out at 1,000,000 miles an hour whilst
Yeah.
the plays are going on.
Yeah, and sometimes you go through all those steps, and your opponent then one of the players just goes, actually, I'm just going to do this, and you go, oh, actually, that makes way more sense than anything I just said.
Yeah.
We'll just gloss over that.
But a lot of the time, the player, myself included, hears the play that, well, we don't hear the play that you're talking about. You're talking about the right play, and then we do something completely different because we're sat on the feature table with people watching around, and we're like, need to make a play.
Yeah,
Let's just do something.
It's a lot different now because we have an open feature match table as
Yeah,
well.
that
So
was
surely
terrifying.
that adds a lot of pressure to you.
Yeah.
Because it's like it was back with written content, except now you've got a camera on it as well.
Yeah.
And I always was a firm believer when people were on the feature match table, it was always the most stressful environment they could possibly be in because there was an audience. And then we kind of changed it, so you had this enclosed area. So fair enough, it was a little bit stressful because you have these judges constantly watching you. But then all of a sudden, with the audience as well, you did admirable. It was admirable the way that you went up there and
So long
took
as
that game.
the audience respects the game that's going on and don't react too loudly to anything that happens, because I know that that's caused problems in the past. I'm all for it. I think it adds to the spectacle.
That's good. That is good.
Yeah, going through your deck, I don't want to read anything out too much out to give away your chances of this weekend, but you're playing a staggering number of hand traps this format.
Yeah.
Like, do you think that should be standard across all decks, or is that specific to your particular strategy?
I mean, I think it should be standard if you want to win the event.
That's about as good an answer as any you could give, really.
I mean, would it be like a massive surprise if I were to say that I picked a deck that I thought was quite good but a little bit old and just put my side deck into the main?
It does look that way. I'll be
I don't know,
honest
just
with
having
you.
just having that Illuminati moment when you figure out all the clues and go, right, I've got it. Wow. Yeah, no, that I'm seeing the connection now.
Yeah.
Spiral 2018.
Just making sure that you can have a good game if you're made to go second.
Yeah, absolutely. If you lose the die roll against Spiral and they go off and they build their board with everything on it, with the sleeper and the last resort and all that, there's no way you're winning.
No.
Like you can't overcome the mountain of advantage that they will amass if their combo goes uninterrupted. So you need to be able to stop it.
Yeah. I mean, you want to be able to beat the big contender. I mean, we're looking. The stats have actually just come through, and Spiral is completely dominating here. There's a huge showing for Spiral at the moment. So you've built a great deck. I want to see you playing against a Spiral deck just so I can see exactly how you're countering it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's still tough against Spiral because obviously if you can't shut them down, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
But I think I've given myself the best chance of being able to try and fight back even if I do lose the die roll.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you very much for coming on. Congratulations on the win. Good luck
Thank
for the
you.
rest of the event.
Yeah, good man. Good man.
Now, we'll be back with more footage from YCS London 2017.
Hello and welcome to the LLDS finals for 2017. This is the first time we're ever doing